everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is for Aquarius zodiac signs. If you are an Aquarius ascendant or an Aquarius moon, this video is for you as to how Rahu and Ketu's transit is going to affect you. I'm going to attach two links below. The link for the Rahu's introductory video in the sign of Aquarius and Ketu's introductory video in the sign of Leo. So you can watch them first and then come to this particular video so as to understand how it is going to affect you personally. Okay, so before moving ahead, if you guys are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and also hit the bell icon below so that you get regular updates. Okay, so if you also would like to have your personal readings from me, you can check out the link below, www.anmollastrology.com. Under the reading section and unique reading section, you can book a personal reading for yourself. Now, I did not want to be partial towards any zodiac sign. That's why I thought this time, when it's about Rahu and Ketu, let's start with the very first house, right? So the Aquariuses are going to have the transit of Rahu in the first house and Ketu in the seventh house. Before diving into the predictions, I just want to give you the message of what Rahu Ketu's transit bring in. Trust me, this is the most important video you are going to view today. Because if you understand what the transit of Rahu and Ketu are going to do for you, you are going to understand everything about your 18 months. Because this transit is going to work way more than any other transit. Because Rahu Ketu are the karmic entities, the north node and the south node of the moon, right? So first of all, if I'm talking about the nodes, let me tell you, look for the transit priority basis from the Chandra chart or your moon sign, and then the second priority would be the ascendant. Now this is reversed here. Previously, whenever I did the transit videos, I always tell to look for the ascendant first and then the Chandra chart. But here I'm going to tell you, first go for Chandra chart and then go for ascendant, because Rahu and Ketu are the nodes of the moon. They give their effect more prominently from the moon first, but also equivalent to it, it gives its effect with the ascendant also. But the moon one is more intense. Okay, so if you are an Aquarius person, then Rahu is transiting either over your moon or it is transiting in your first house. So first and seventh house, whenever experience the transit of Rahu and Ketu, not just first house, but any house. This talks about karma. The most karmic time is there, especially with the first and seventh. But Rahu Ketu's transit talks about that this is the karmic time in regards of those two houses which are going to get involved for you. With Rahu, there will be a transformation where you are going to rebel that area. You are going to work, you are going to improvise that area, and you are going to willing to do anything and everything to achieve what is there in that area. You'll be obsessed towards that area. With Ketu, you will attach yourself to that area in order to detach yourself from that area. Wherever Ketu goes, you get your wisdom from there. Wherever Rahu goes, you just look for goals and you look for growing transformation through that area. So overall, wherever this loop is going to be, wherever this Rahu and Ketu is going to be, that is the loop that you are going to experience for 18 months. Definitely a karmic time. And karmic does not always mean bad. Sometimes you have carried forward a certain karma which talks about success, like your good karmas. You also bring in your good karmas. You always do not bring your bad karmas, your prarabdha karma, but you also bring in good karmas. So with Rahu, whenever it goes, it makes you grow into a very, very different individual and makes you more of a rebel in that area. Wherever Ketu is, you get your lessons, your karmic and spiritual lessons. So it spiritually grows you. And Rahu materialistically grows you. Okay, so just you need to understand that this is a loop, this is a karmic time, and most of your involvement is going to be in those two houses for that particular time period. And those two houses are going to be intensely activated for those 18 months. Okay, so let's start with the explanation. I'll quickly go into the explanation part, right? Just let me lower down the light a bit. Okay. So, being an Aquarius ascendant, you will have Rahu in the first house and you will have Ketu in the seventh house. So, Rahu has its fifth and ninth aspect, and Ketu also has its fifth and ninth aspect. So I'm just mentioning it right now so that we understand that yes, these are the areas which are getting focused, right? So I'll just put in all the signs, right? I just want to write here fifth aspect of Ketu, ninth aspect of Ketu, fifth aspect of Rahu, ninth aspect of Rahu. I'll quickly go over this because I genuinely have so much information to give you guys, but so less of the time. Okay, so we'll keep a check on the clock as well while explaining this, but I will try to explain each and every point to you today because I know how important this particular transit is going to be. So, first of all, for Rahu in the first house, also the Saturn's transit would matter because it is in the sign of Saturn. Saturn is second from itself. So it talks about something good, something solid, or something gained out of this situation. So since this is the sign of Aquarius, this is the sign of your desires, this is the sign of your personality, it's your social presence. Now, Rahu coming into the sign of Aquarius in the first house, first of all, is going to give you massive transformation in your nature. First house is you yourself. It's your personality. It's your appearance. It's your fame. It's how you interact with the public, how you present yourself. Rahu coming into the first house, first of all, this is not the time when you will be more inclined towards relationships because Ketu is in the seventh house. Now let's also talk about the fact that what is the seventh house? Seventh house is your partnership. It's your interaction with people. It's your mass recognition. It's your business. It's your spouse. Especially your relationship with the spouse, marriage. It is also about your relationships when you have a very serious relationships. So Ketu coming here is going to make you develop your confidence, recheck your interactions with other people. So this basically loop of the first and seventh house is going to keep you intact between going towards your self growth and towards your partner. So what you will do in this particular transit is, first of all, either you'll have a relationship already or you're going to attract a relationship first. Now, let me tell you, this relationship is going to be a karmic relationship. It is going to be, what do we call that? A karmic partner for you. Because you are here right now to understand your self growth through your interaction with others. I won't specifically categorize it as partner because many people of you might have a partner, many of people of you might not have a partner. So how this loop works is that you are going to go towards the position of Ketu. You're going to go towards the partner. You're going to seek every single piece of advice from them. You're going to depend on them. You're going to feel emotionally dependent on them. You're going to feel very generous towards them. But then something like this will happen that you will feel dissatisfied. You will react in your relationships. You'll have massive issues with the relationships, as in, and those relationships are going to be out of aggression and out of your fear, out of a distance that is going to be invisibly there or even physically there with the spouse or with the partner. So this it basically indulges you into a relationship, attaches you with the idea of a relationship or the actual relationship, and then detaches you from it only because it wants you to work on your self growth. It wants you to know about self. So you know what? This is the time when you will be most of all involved into occult sciences. You will be going to so many astrologers. You will be looking for answers. You will be indecisive. You will be blamed, criticized, and it would act as a battleground for you, and you are going to fight that battle and gain your confidence. This Rahu, especially in the sign of Aquarius, and if you know about the Tribhagi concept, you would understand whenever Rahu Mahadasha starts or during the Rahu Mahadasha, there is a timeline where the Tribhagi of the sign of Aquarius starts. And that is the time when a person feels like they become a face out there in the public. They find their confidence because these people, because Aquarius people find it very hard to get their confidence, because from their childhood they have been introvert, they have been so isolated individuals. They find, they get bitters while they talk about themselves. They get bitters, they have confidence issues so as to express their ideas, although these are the most innovative people. They are the most, they are people who can bring in change into the lives of people, but they also become sneaky. Why sneaky? Because they find it very hard to gain that confidence so as to communicate, so as to take a stand, so as to confront someone. Now, when Rahu comes in, it wants you to take the challenge of all of these things which I told you about the sign of Aquarius. It wants you to gain confidence. It wants you to change as a person, no more introvert. And it's not like totally extrovert you'll get, but you will gain that confidence at least in your career. And this is the call for success. You'll be blamed, you'll be criticized, but that is going to act as a negative motivation, or that is going to act as a catalyst for you to outshine, you to represent yourself in front of masses and be known for your skills, because first house is the first and foremost house for one's skills. Okay, so that becomes the transformation you're going to experience. There will be one time in this 18 months where you will discard your relationship. You will discard your encounter with people because you'll be like, I have had enough. Now I'm going to work as per what I think is right and how I want to excel into things. I'm not going to listen to anyone. That's where the rebel comes in. Now, Saturn is in the second from its position. That means you are going to rebel the family also. Now you'll be vocal about what was wrong, what you kept inside of yours. Now you'll be vocal about it. Now you will take a stand for yourself. Now you will have that confidence to speak. And of course, this is a brilliant time for your career. Even if you have been a person who has been fortunate with money already, this is the time when you will first be given the problems and the complications. And then, for example, I remember a person having it's actually the very initial stage. Right now we do not have Rahu. I think Rahu has transited, it is going to transit very soon, right? So still the effect of Rahu Ketu comes 3 to 4 months, even 6 months before it actually transits, because of the degrees. So I know a person who has gotten into such a situation where that person was blamed, criticized, and everything happened. They did have money, but then they had to fight for that money. They had to take a stand for that money in front of their family. So that is a kind of a situation this person experienced. And as a part of it, they growed, they were able to grow by themselves. But also, this Rahu says that you will have to take any sort of step so as to achieve this goal. So that's why these people become deceptive during this time. This deception is not that they are cheaters, they want to cheat, but this deception is because they have had it enough. Now they don't care. That is why the deception is triggered from their side. But of course, in a very lame language, it will be called out as deception. So it is going to be you who's going to deceive. It is going to be you who's going to come out of a relationship, and the other person still feels attached to it, right? So since Ketu is in the seventh house, you are the one to detach from the relationship. You are the one to break free from the relationship or from your encounter with people. It's not, it could even be a partnership business, it could be a partnership work. Okay, now Saturn being into the second house at the same time, you are not entertaining anyone's manipulation. You are straightforward, you're straight on the face, and you are going to be in the bad books of so many people now, because now you're not taking shit from anyone. Okay, so that is what I see for Aquarius, especially with this Rahu in the first house. This could even give you complications with the family, because of course your first house is getting affected, your second house is getting affected because of Saturn. At the same time, Jupiter is also there. It can give you success, with materialistic success. It will give you birth of a child, in fact, as well. But it will be a time where there's a bit of disturbances within the home environment, with the family, with the spouse as well. Okay, so now let's talk about Ketu in the seventh house. So Ketu has a simple funda. It is going to make you attach in the transit, and even it acts as a part of your natal also. If you have Ketu in the D1 also, it's not that you are just born to get detached from the relationships. No, it's that you first overly indulge yourself into the seventh house. You overly attach yourself to the seventh house. As a result, since there is a malefic, this detaches you later on, because of dissatisfaction towards that area, because now you feel that I have had it enough, like I am not able to go way beyond. This is harming my intellect, this is not letting me spiritually align this area. Now I need to set some boundaries with that area. Now I need to distract myself from that area, and that is the only way I can go towards success. So that's the agenda that happens there. Now Ketu is coming in the sign of Leo in the seventh house. Again talks about um, this again talks about confidence, that you're going to find your confidence within yourself. This is your time to go within and be very very careful with your reactions. This is not the time for you to take reactions, rather this is the time for you to intelligently deal with things. But you will see that you just start attracting partners who are detached, and who are overly about themselves, who are a bit of narcissist. You'll be like that now the other person is trying to act very reactive, very aggressive, which is becoming beyond your control. So the reactions are coming from the partner, and because of the lack of similar opinions or lack of similarities, reactions are coming from you also towards the partner or towards the partnership. So that creates a sense of complication into that area. That's why this is the area now which needs healing. That's why your detachment from this area, so as to understand yourself, is going to eventually heal this area. Because once you detach yourself from relationships and look into yourself, you'll be like, I need to get myself back. I need to understand what I want in life. and then I'll be able to add something valuable in the life of the partner. So that is a scenario you would see. So because this is a fire sign, and this is this Ketu in the fire sign in the seventh house, it's so much of fierce, impulsive energy in the seventh house. That's why you might encounter with partners who are a bit of a narcissist, bit of all about themselves, not willing to understand their mistakes, and because of which the detachment comes in. Also, for many people who are maybe living abroad, they might get the opportunity of getting married, but because of this Ketu in the seventh house, they might not be able to have their partner with themselves. So there's going to be a kind of a physical distance also. And Ketu, sometimes when you're already in a relationship or you just got married, this Ketu in the seventh house does not necessarily always means divorce. Not every Aquarius is going to get divorced. Trust me on this. It simply means that there is going to be a sense of detachment. There's going to be a physical distance. So maybe it's a temporary separation. It's a separation where you just feel, that my partner is not understanding me. My partner is offended at every single, thing. So there is, you might feel that there's lack of um, um attachment, there is lack of understanding from my partner. That's why you slowly and steadily detach yourself from the idea of making things work, and you're like, now I'll focus on myself. That is a kind of a situation this means. Okay, now this also makes a person famous and very active socially and on social platforms. Right now, if I'll briefly talk about the aspect, so fifth aspect of Rahu is going to be in the fifth house on the sign of Gemini over Jupiter. That means you're going to expand your circle, you're going to expand your knowledge. That's why when Rahu comes into the first house, a person indulges themselves into occult sciences, mythology. And also, since Rahu activates this Jupiter completely, that too in the sign of Gemini, you're going to learn about marketing. You're going to learn about sales. How do I make more sales? How do I sell my products? How do I do this, that with my career? Different ideas, different technical ideas, and also strategies. You're going to build in strategies as well. This can even initiate the birth of the child, because the fifth aspect of Rahu and then Jupiter is already there. Okay, so fifth aspect of Rahu, again, it's full of knowledge. It's full of spreading knowledgeable information, but in a very technical and ether sort of way, as in through social media, through technical changes, all of that. Right now, ninth aspect of Rahu makes you rebel towards that area. It makes you feel that this is someone who is putting on an authority over me and I have to go against it. So, ninth aspect of Rahu is actually going into the 10th, your ninth house. That means you will feel that I don't need a guru specifically, and I don't need anyone to command on me. I don't need anyone to act as a father to me. Even you will have, some opposite opinions from your father, and this is like a very typical rebel like situation with the father or with the gurus or with the mentors. You'll be like, they are not fulfilling my purpose. I have to be my own teacher and I have to teach myself. So it's like lots of self learning. And that's why this person becomes rebel, and they rebel against the traditional norms. They want to go against it, they want to do something of their own. Also, with the ninth aspect on the ninth house over the sign of Libra, means that no longer you are here to balance the ethics, because this, ninth house is about your morals and ethics, and ninth house we have Libra. So the balance upon the ethics is not something you are wanting right now. Rather, you are like, I will follow my own way with balancing things, and traditions will follow me. That is a sort of situation I can make you understand with, that is the scenario there. So that's why you will be doing stuff you have never done before, and you will be behaving in a way that you have never done before. So that is a kind of a situation with the aspects. Now the aspects of Ketu. Now the aspects of Ketu detach that area into a certain extent. Like for example, the fifth aspect of Ketu is going to be on the 11th house. So fifth aspect of Ketu is like, this Ketu wants you to detach from researching or going deep into that house, right? So since we have Sagittarius in the 11th house, this Ketu doesn't want you to go deep into strategizing, formulating, your strategies with how you fulfill your desires and stuff like that. And, to some extent, it will first make you research, but then you will be like, enough of this. I'm not diving more deeper into this. I have had my piece of share. Now I have to back up. Also, this can create a battle like situation with the friends also. You're not just going to rebel with the family or with the with the gurus, but you're also going to rebel towards your friend circle. And it is not a negative rebel situation. It is like that you have been taking very bad things within you, as in you're getting emotionally turmoiled within yourself, you're getting lots and lots of emotions within you, and now you are like, now I'm not entertaining anyone who harms my peace. That is the situation here. So Ketu's fifth aspect in the 11th house will give you very unasked gains and recognitions, because the natural fifth fifth number, I won't say number, that's a part of numerology, but natural fifth aspect talks about the past life good karmas. So you are going to get the recognition which is bound for you because of your past life good karmas. You are going to encounter with past life friends, the people you have interacted with in the past or in your past life, and you will automatically gain from them, without any much of an effort. So it's kind of that situation there. And also the sign of Sagittarius is going to be highly activated because of the 10th aspect of Saturn and because of the 7th aspect of Jupiter. And now we also have 5th aspect of Ketu. That means although this activation of this house is there, but you will feel a bit of granted about this house, because this house will easily come into activation for you. It will easily produce its good results for you. So you will be like, okay, let it be. I don't like, this is not a matter of concern for you, a matter of which you are going to stress upon, right? So now the ninth aspect of Ketu. So ninth aspect of Ketu, I feel that is the spiritually transformation position. So wherever Ketu's ninth aspect is, this Ketu is going to indulge you into that area, and then it is going to detach you from that area. That means, and in a very philosophical and spiritual way, that means that it would first make you have a very competitive communication with so many people. And in general, you're just competitively, impulsively communicating. But then this Ketu says that why you are doing so, what are you getting out of it? So that is when you get that wisdom that always impulsiveness and impulsive communication is not the solution. I have to let this thing go. I have to let communication go. I have to cut off my communication and ties with some people who are not entertaining my life nicely, who are not giving me that situation where I am feeling respected. So that is a kind of thing which Ketu's ninth aspect is going to bring here. Okay, so that's a kind of situation that is going to arise with Ketu's ninth aspect. But trust me, this is a time where there can be lots and lots of fights in your surroundings, because once a person rebels, not many people like it, because when you have given them the ability to shout over you, to push you towards the side, you rebelling them is not something they are going to be welcoming with. So that is a kind of a situation I see. But this is a very good time for your personal transformation, your personal growth. So stay focused. Stay focused on what you desire, what you want to do. But also this can attract lot of problems within your life because Rahu, a karmic planet, is in the first house. So it is like going to be a very experiencing time for you, very experiencing time for you. Okay, along with this Ketu in the seventh, also, it is going to transform the way you connect with your partner, connect with people in general. So, it is going to transform your personality, your interaction with people, everything about the first and seventh house. Okay, now not wasting any much time, I am going to go through planets. It is very difficult to talk about each and every planet with Rahu first and then Ketu for such a long period of time. So what I'll do is I'll give you one-liners for each and every planet with Rahu and Ketu. So suppose we talk about Sun, the king of astrology. I always like to address it like that. So when sun is in the first house and Rahu is coming over it, this is your seventh lord. This will definitely give you major complications with your relationships. This would even make you encounter with a foreign spouse. Now, in such a case, you may get a marriage-like situation, but this marriage is going to make you deal with massive ego. This encounter of yours with others is going to give you fame, but on the other hand, it is also going to transform your confidence. It is going to make you more confident. You'll be like, I, me, myself, I am everything. But at the same time, it can even give you that dark spot over your respect, over your prestige, your ego, because Rahu makes a Grahan Yoga with Sun when it comes over sun. So that's why it is always said that stay grounded with Rahu coming over sun. It does give you explosive or sudden, respect, sudden fame, but it can suddenly take that away and you can be in the bad books in a, flick of a second. Okay, so with Rahu coming over Sun, definitely confidence is going to build, transformations with your personality, a lot of arrogance, which you need to be aware of, and also fame, especially because it is the seventh lord. So it's a very huge karmic loop you're going to go through. Now, if you have Sun in the seventh house and then Ketu is coming over it, you are going to detach your ego battles within the relationship. First, you will get a scenario where your ego is, you feel embarrassed because of the person attacks your ego, the person splits your ego into half, splits your personality into half, and then you will realize, then you will cry, you will feel bad for your self-esteem and everything, and then you will be like, I have to get back on my feet. This is the part of my transformation. I have to detach from the idea of ego when it comes to relationships. So definitely a major, major transformation with your personality and your self-esteem in regards to relationships. Okay, next we have Moon. So Moon in the first house, that means you are a moon, you are a moon, sorry, Aquarius moon. This is your sixth lord. Rahu coming over your sixth lord in the ascendant makes you work very, very, makes you work not very, very hard, but very, very much. This time can be good for your finances, but it is going to have equivalent expenses. There are going to be losses as well, right? With moon, Rahu coming over moon, it's a grahan that Rahu makes over moon. So it is also going to give you huge expenses. It is going to give you obsession, complications with your emotions. You're going to feel so high on emotions and you're going to feel worried all the time. Anything and everything that is going to put on stress over you, that you're going to attract towards you. Also, this can give you problems and complications because of enemies, hidden enemies, and specifically also because of your relatives or your workspace area. Your workspace is going to give you much of an headache. So that would call for you to go and do something independent in your life. Okay. Now, if moon is, and this also, no, that is not Saraswati, sorry. When moon is in your seventh house in the sign of Leo and Ketu comes over it, this is going to make you fall into tears, because this Ketu is going to attack your self, self-esteem. This is going to attack your blind-sightedness towards your relationship. Somehow, something is going to be like that, where because when you have moon in the seventh house in the sign of Leo, you are blind-sighted to the reality of life. You are blind-sighted to the reality of your person as well. So now Ketu coming here, it is going to bring in a major conflict with your relationship, because this is the sixth lord coming into the seventh house and Ketu is activating it. It can even give you problems with health. It definitely is going to transform the way you connect with people emotionally. It is going to make you feel detached and make you feel as in alone, too much alone. Okay, so that is a kind of a situation that will come with moon. Now, next we have Jupiter. So if you have Jupiter in the first house, that becomes the lord of the 11th and the second house, and Rahu is coming over it. Brilliant time for your career. But on the other hand, you will feel the power of everything. Like you'll be, I am the guide, I am the mentor, I'm going to do everything. Right? So Rahu activating your Jupiter is like a rebel guru, a guru who has a lot of knowledge, but at the same end, he wants to rebel, or he wants to make people understand the theories in a very unorthodox way. That is what this Rahu is going to do. Many people call it as a Guru Chandal Yog formulation, but Guru Chandal Yog, see the charts of famous individuals, they do have Guru Chandal Yog, because that helps you adapt and evolve with the technology nowadays, and getting optimism, getting knowledge from that particular technology and spread it like the ether does, like something that is in the air. So that's what Rahu does when it comes over Jupiter. But definitely, Rahu is now controlling Jupiter. It's not Jupiter who is trying to control Rahu, it's Rahu now. So it would afflict your wisdom, it would afflict your kind nature, your generous nature. So definitely you will be doing things so as to fulfill your desires, which you must have not done previously. And this could give you major expense, right? And you might have to take some of your possessions and put them out there in the form of money, like sell them so as to get money, so as to start something. Okay, so there is gain of money, but there is gain of money by selling something as well. Right now, Rahu, if that is in the Jupiter, if that is in the seventh house, then your 11th lord and your second lord goes into the seventh house, and then Ketu comes over it. This means it's a greatest lesson from your partnerships. There can be a loss of lover, loss of a partner as well, as in there can be detachment from the partner. Your partner has had a lot of gains from you, but now you are pushing back and you are like, I am no longer going to be adding into this stuff of yours. Now you are on your own. Something like that. Some strong wisdom is attached there. Some strong lesson is attached to the seventh house for you. Okay. Now, next we have Mars. So if Mars is there in your first house, Rahu coming over Mars, it corrupts your energy, it plays with your energy, and it also makes you a provider, or you can call as a humanitarian. But it's like it's much of a show there. Right? With Rahu coming over Mars, it is going to afflict your provision, your humanitarian nature. Okay, this Mars is the lord of your third house, and also it is the lord of your 10th house. So there is going to be a significant change in your residence because of your career, because of your work. You might have to, and also this can even give you promotion or changing into a job which is promoting your authority. Right. This is a time which is all about how you gain through your networking and how you find success and recognition through your career and through your social presence. Okay, if this Rahu in the seven is in the seventh house and Ketu is coming over it, definitely this is a time where it's lots and lots of ups and downs which are coming in the relationship, with other people. You're easily getting offended with other people. You're putting up a fight with your partner every single time, every single day, every single second, or your partner is getting agitated from you. So it's a load of agitation in the seventh house. Definitely not a healthy placement. Lots and lots of hard work is required there. But at the same end, it's not a good position for a person's marriage or a person's relationship. It is a violent position as well. It's better to have a healthy distance during this time. Like, take your partner, if you don't want to have that separation, take your partner for travels, take your partner, just detach from them physically, like as in you live somewhere else, they live somewhere else, or have frequent travels with that. So a sense of distance has to be there. Okay, but definitely Ketu coming over Mars in the sign of Leo, it's a huge reaction. It's like a blast first, and then settling all the pieces together, healing all the pieces together when it's about relationships. Okay, next we have Venus. Venus in the first house it's the lord of your fourth house and the lord of your ninth house. It will make you travel away from your home. It will make you do very changes within the structure of your home, right? For that also, just like some people do now, they shift to a distant place, they get their home renovated and then come back there. So that could be the situation for these 18 months. You might be renovating your home, and at the same time, you're going to renovate yourself. You're going to do things, pamper yourself. You're going to be on the top of that luxury life, enjoying everything, obsessing over relationships and everything. Your heart is going to feel quite worried, but quite vulnerable when it's about emotions and when it's about love, pleasure, and comfort, right? Although this time is when you will have most of your expenditure, especially on luxury things and on yourself. But also this is the time when you will have that amount of money to make that expenditure happen. Okay, this is a self-love journey for you, definitely a self-love journey, and very transformative when it's about your emotions and the way you interact with people. Now when Venus is in the seventh house in the sign of Leo for you, very transformative time, major transformation in regards of your interaction with people, and especially your love life. Heartbreak, definitely a heartbreak is there. See, Ketu is coming over the fourth lord and the ninth lord. So you are getting the wisdom of your lifetime. You're getting the higher lesson of your lifetime. You're getting the split with your relationship. You're getting the past life realizations with your relationships, or you are all the time retrospecting the past, comparing the past with the present. That is the kind of situation it is. So Venus in the seventh house and Ketu coming over it, transformation in the way you love or way you understand love. So there are going to be drops of tears, definitely. And how it will come out because of Leo, it will come out in the form of crying and loudness, yelling and crying at the same time. Okay, now next, what do we have? Sun, Moon, Jupiter, Mars, Venus, and Mercury now. So with Mercury in the first house, see, this is a very good time for recognition, very good time for you to opt for different businesses, opt for different options with your work, job, and everything. But definitely, your job will be not stable this time. You will have anxiety, you will have panic attacks because of this Rahu, because Rahu makes you overthink a lot. So much overthinking is there. You will definitely have to meditate here. Mercury in the sign of Aquarius, they don't speak much, but when Rahu comes there, they make you, overthink about each and every word, each and everything. So it's like a very, very complicated time with your understanding with yourself. So you are going to research so much. This is the fifth lord also for you. This is the eighth lord also for you. So see, researching over occult and interacting with different astrologers so as to know what I should do next, what I should do now, and all of those things, right? It also, because this is Mercury, it also it makes you have a sexual relationship, sexual romantic relationship, but you're going to obsess over that relationship as well. So all you need to do is you need to calm yourself down. This also makes you very hideous person or very secretive person as well at the same time, right? It corrupts your communication also. All you need to do is you need to stay in your calm and composed situation and meditate. Meditation is very, very necessary for you. Let go of some things. Do not have so much burden, or do not have impatience. That's the only word I would use here. Now, Mercury in the seventh house, the lord of the fifth and the eighth lord is coming into the seventh house. So you may want to get your love encounter be turned into marriage, right? But this also shows that you may have a love encounter which also is a sexual encounter, and you want to get that into marriage, but somehow there are so many either there are so many difficulties, or the other person just goes away from the relationship, or things are not just working out. You're not being able to express yourself with a communication, or you're just bluntly saying things that are making you misunderstood in the eyes of others, right? When Mercury comes into the seventh house and Ketu is there, you don't want to fool around with people. You are like, I'm straightforward, I straight away I'm telling you things, this is what it is. It's totally transparent with them. But since it is in the sign of Leo, it can act very detached. It can act going way more into spirituality, spiritual transformation. And also it basically also gives you hindrance within and obstacles within your business, within your job situation. Okay. Now we have Saturn. Oh, I just feel tired. We are going to go quick. Saturn in the so if Saturn is in your first house and Rahu is coming over it, total rebel. People, it's like a very complicated time for you, because Saturn is your first and the second lord. There are huge expenses. There are dissatisfaction, you can say, or you lack of similar opinion with your with your family, with even yourself. Is a very, very transformative time. At the same time, you just do not understand what I'm trying to do, what I am going to do. But this is a typical time for nazar for you. So just do not announce whatever you are doing. This can work very, very well with your finances as well. Not finances, sorry, your career as well. Just So when Rahu comes over Saturn, it definitely it's like a very rebel sort of time when you just become extremely rigid with your mindset. So it plays with your mindset. It gives you that stubbornness, because Saturn is one of the most stubborn planet. So this is going to restrict your horizons because of the rigidity in your mind, because it can make you quite negative. So you need to stay positive, you need to meditate, you need to involve yourself into something productive, so that the negative side of this particular combination doesn't come over you. And take good care of your health. And rather, it's for everyone who's having Rahu's transit in the ascendant. You have to take care of your health. Your health, feels that complications and burden. Okay, when Saturn is in the seventh house. So if Saturn is in the seventh house and Ketu is coming over Saturn, this is your first and the second lord. So definitely it is a crucial time for your career, especially your finances. For some time, either you'll have to be dependent on someone else's finances, or your finances get stuck somewhere. So it's like a situation where I won't suggest anyone to go for any heavy decisions with their business, with their finances. Definitely, that is not the time. And even I would not, suggest you to go for any huge investments for this time. And even in huge decisions with your partnership or with your marriage as well. Because Ketu coming over Saturn, it is like it gives you karmic lessons with your service. It gives you karmic lessons with your profession as well, right? So because of some decision that you have made, something you thought is an intelligent decision, then it is an intelligent risk, but that wasn't an intelligent one. So that is going to, bounce back, right? Now next, if suppose Rahu comes over Rahu, or or Ketu in the first house. So Rahu coming over Rahu is like your Rahu natal return. So whatsoever I told, when Rahu comes into the ascendant, whatsoever things are there, that is what you have been experiencing in your life. Now what will happen is, for 18 months, such situations which are going to make you realize or make you interact with such situation, such theme of your life in just 18 months. It's like whole of the theme that is being presented there with your ascendant Rahu is going to be given to you in the duration of 18 months, and now the intensity is going to be high there. Okay, so you will have to deal with all of those things in these 18 months. So that's why it is way more than that would be. So the intensity comes more. And if even if Ketu is there and Rahu is coming over Ketu, it's still the same. The detachment that you feel, the scientificness you feel in your personality, the introvert nature that you have. Now Rahu is going to make you extrovert. Rahu is going to make you go to the other side of the transit. If Ketu is in the first house, Rahu will be like, now you go and test what is on the other side. Now, for some time, do not be detached for yourself. Do not be self-sacrificial. Rather, think about yourself. Be attached with yourself and detach with the partner. So that is what Rahu will do. Then, if suppose Ketu, I'll just mark both of them together. If Ketu is in the seventh house, if suppose seventh house has Rahu and Ketu comes in, now you will be like, sorry, I myself forgot what I was saying. Okay, so if Ketu is coming into your seventh house and Rahu is already there, you have obsessed partners. You have partners who say, I am the one, like that. Now it's the time for you to show them the real picture, for you to show them what the reality is about, to break their ego, to break their, ego battles and their pride for now. So that is a kind of transformation, that you're no longer giving into such a situation. You're no longer self-sacrificing yourself for the other person. You're making them acknowledged that this is what you do. This is what you are truly, and this is where you are wrong. Now you'll have to deal with it. And the other person will definitely have massive reactions. Trust me on this. They're not going to take it very well, but they are going to be fearful of your reactions there. Now, if suppose Ketu is there and Ketu is coming over Ketu, so that detachment sort of thing, that being clear about the relationships and attracting dissatisfied partners, or your partner is criticizing you, being over analyst towards you, that is going to happen within this 18 months frame. So you're going to deal with those particular factors intensely during these 18 months, which you might have dealt for so long in your life. Okay, guys. So this was a detailed analysis about your Rahu and Ketu transit in your first and seventh axis. I hope this gives you good insights and helps you with these 18 months. Okay. So take care. We'll see you with the next video. Bye-bye.